And alrighty, folky dokes, we are back live once again, and we're continuing along with our playthrough of No Man's Sky. So, hey there, hi there, ho there, duders and dudettes. Welcome back, and a fine welcome to you if you're new to the broadcast. Happy to have you along for the ride. Where that ride currently sees us is back here on the space station of which we left off at, as I instructed at the end of the previous stream. We went on back to the freighter, gathered up our expedition resources, swung on back by the Chateau de Epstein, and then scuttled on back up here, spare you all the due diligence of getting that nonsense done, and we are going to take back off. Head off to the next dissonant system, possibly try to find a portal there, so we can go check out what Jamie, a resident subscriber, wound up finding in his travels. Wrote down the portal glyphs. Definitely worth taking a peek. We've already scoured this system, so no need to linger. And again, to keep you all apprised, we did progress a little bit further on the living ship front, but unfortunately, we just produced another piece of it, and we have to wait another 16 hours until hopefully we can compile them all into a living ship. Again, this is all a new process to me, so maybe there'll be more. I really hope not, because I am absolutely frustrated with the fact that we've been plugging away at it for 3 days, and each time is just more time on the clock. This is why we're doing it this way, so we can all find out together. If it winds up being worthwhile, then we'll find out. If not, then, hey, whatevers. We got it done. We now gain some knowledge, and we know better for the future. Hoop-de-dam-doo-doo. Alright, so that's the winner right there. It is a high-temperature planet. Fingers are always crossed that we're going to find another ship, much like the one we're riding in, because I definitely like this style, but it doesn't necessarily need to be the case to be a winner. But it's never a loss, because it's always viable to scrap them, especially the higher class ones. A or S will provide you a storage augmentation for the ships that you do wish to keep. Doink. So what we're gonna do, before we do our echolocator, we're gonna see if we can't find one of these doohickeys. That's what we're looking for. Dissonant resonator. So definitely want to get our count back up on our inverted mirrors and echolocators if we can, and will give us a chance to farm up some more radiant shards, because we are also juggling in some autophage quests, as we have seen. Some of them require 4 radiant shards, some a single solitary inverted mirror. Some of the other items is the rusted metal, which we get a decent stack going. We've also been charged with chromatic metal. Some of the components that you craft up, like the quantum computer. So again, once you proc the autophage mission, I would definitely recommend getting yourself some decent stacks of all those kind of items. That way you don't have to go scurrying about to get them on the fly. Slammy was a Boy Scout in his younger days, and the motto is to be prepared. Alright, so there's an inverted mirror for us. And my tactic of choice is just snipe them from afar with your blaze javelin if you so happen to have that on your multi-tool. Follow it up with your cloaking device. No fuss, no muss. Don't have to get your hands dirty and take on the scallywags over there. But another item that you are going to wind up getting hit on the autophage missions are the crystal hearts, in which those big giant anthropods over there drop when you defeat them. I can't recall, but I don't believe the busted up autophages that you come across provide you any of those. We have gotten stacks of 10 of quad servos and walker hearts, sometimes 10 inverted mirrors. More times than not, you're going to get rusted metal or pungium, what have you. And the dissonance resonators are usually few and far between. Would you hush your mouth? Goddamn. But what are also few and far between are the busted up autophages. As we can see, doing a scan, don't even see a 1. And I don't even think we saw a dissonance resonator. Plenty of radiant shards though, so I guess we'll start getting a stack of those going. Again, if you are early on in your run, you find yourself a dissonant planet, I definitely recommend spending some time wandering about, gathering up a whole bunch of radiant shards, because a full stack of those will convert to 500 nanites if you have the personal refiner. It's a quick and easy way to get those numbers up. Because the autophage mission is not going to begin for you until you warp to your second galaxy. So, up until that point, the radiant shards really only have one other application, and that is you're going to need 3 of them in an inverted mirror, along with the harmonic brain, to claim any sentinel ships you come across. So what I found viable is get yourself a full stack of inverted mirrors, a couple of stacks of radiant shards. That way, full stack of these, 3 stacks of those, you're going to have the fixings for 10 ships without having to go out of your way to gather up any resources. Oh, wrong one. Of course. You can take those out pretty much with any kind of weapon. Even your mining laser, it takes quite a bit of time, but I just find the least hassle is to snipe it. Usually a full charged shot with the blade javelin followed up with just another minimal one. It's enough to get the job done. And just wait for it to disassemble and then throw on your cloaking device. Recommendation kick. Always a good choice to get yourself the scanner upgrades for your multi-tool. Ideally, I use the S-Class. X-Class will have better topped off results, but the S-Class usually will give you, actually the X-Class seem to give you 4, so maybe go for the X-Class if you can. S-Class, you get a better RNG chance, better ratio of getting a higher percentile, and again, the higher percent that you have, the more units you're going to get for each thing you scan in. It's probably the earliest and easiest way to amass your millions, or billions, depending on how dedicated to the cause you be. And as we saw for the fauna, i.e. the creatures, well, it depends on the rarity, but more times than not, with our setup, we're getting about 420,000 units a smack. For the plant life, usually get a little over 50,000. Minerals kind of lacking, but again, it all depends on what you get slotted. The main one you want to focus on is the fauna. That's going to get you the biggest bang for your buck. There we go, as we see, 228,599. Like I said, it all depends on the rarity. The rarer it is, the more money you're going to get. It usually tops off around 420 and change. It's also worthwhile to try to get all the fauna, because then, when you do, which we have one more to go, you can then claim the nanite bonus for the planet. The more fauna there is, the higher that's going to be. I think it goes up to about 4,000. And unfortunately, this one is a rare ground, but it's only found in the north part of the planet. So an easy way to figure out where you are is take a look at the planet itself. You are here. Not too far away from the north. I guess we could go for it if we wanted to. And to figure that out, point in the direction, take a look at the top part of your screen, it'll tell you this is pointing south. So we want to travel further this way. Just gather up a few more radiant shads. Don't kill yourself trying to get all the plant life or the minerals, because you're not going to get any extra bonuses for that. But there are missions that'll have you going to scan on designated planets, minerals, sometimes plant life. So one easy thing to keep in mind, there's little sodium plants that are yellow, the little red oxygen plants, and then blue plants that, if you consume them, will jack up your jetpack power for a little bit. Then you also have the hazardous fauna, all of which are pretty much on every planet. So always be sure to keep your eyes out for those. Those will help you proc those missions ever so quickly. We're going to get up to this little chunk of radiant shards and we'll call them. Oh, no, wait. I think we got a crashed freighter. Maybe we'll make our way over there. I'm not trying to get the mineral. That's some fragments we don't need anymore. And lithium. As we've learned, you can find the autophages, which you've got to that portion of the game, at the crashed freighters. Sometimes, if you look on your scan, you'll see... Oh, shit. We done found the last one. Evidently we're far north enough. Cool. But sometimes those little damaged machinery things, they'll be marked as a location. We've managed to find autophages hanging around there. And certainly the harmonic camps. From what I've noticed, the harmonic camps, there's usually only 3, whereas a crashed freighter we're going to go to, it's likely 5 or 6 of them. And hopefully we'll be able to test our theory. Maybe a couple of them will want us to kill 9 sentinels. So far, we've only been able to find it where only one of the mission givers asks for that specifically. Oh, good lord. It's a unique looking freighter. I don't think I done ever seen one like that before. That's kind of cool. Anywho, walk right towards the center of this. We'll do a little flash, and hey, look, we are surrounded. So, let's see what's on tap. Collect 400 phosphorus. We have that on us. Just wait for the icon. There you go. Talk to him again, hand those in, and we're gonna get 248 40 votes. It's not all that great. So there's 1, 2, 3. I think we had 6. Collect 1 crystallized heart. Well, you'll be pleasantly surprised to know that we already have one for you. You want to collect crystallized heart as well? I'm not sure. I think we only have 3 of those on us. Double check the inventory in a second. Don't get googly eyed bastard. Jesus, why do y'all want crystallized hearts? Now we definitely gotta check the inventory. Yep, I do believe that was the last one we had on us. So hopefully nobody else asks us for that. $390 phosphorus. Now wait. Yeah. You don't want to be too hasty, because if you jump right back in, you can wind up abandoning the mission. We did that earlier. Oh, visited. Oh, you're new. Oh, we saw you. Alright. Here's a new one. What a mighty fine staff you have. And 1 inverted mirror. I'm pretty sure that's going to do it for these guys, but I'll just double check. Nope, we got 1 more. Alright. You suck. But I think we might have one on our ship. I don't think so, but... Alrighty. Let's take a look. No, we just get the mirrors and the radiant shards. That does not mean that the Franken Beans doesn't have one on it, so we can call that in. There you go. Franken Beans to the rescue. The sad thing is I got 3 stacks on the freighter. I just keep forgetting to grab them out of storage. Alright, so we're going to take those, put those back in our exosuit. God damn, how many of you guys are there? 4 amino chambers. Alright, at least they're making it worth our while. A shit ton of void modes. I would like to think that is the last one that's here that we haven't spoken to. Alright, so, next order of business, dig up the cargo pods. We'll do that in a second. Let's see what we get. Purchasable. You can get yourself repair kits. You can get 3 of these for your exosuit. Possibly more. I'm sure they vary in what they give you for buffs, stat boosts. We have 13,889 void modes, so we could buy a bunch of shit right now. First and foremost, I want to take a look at the staff items. Havoc coil. I think we might have that. We do not have the Havoc core. So you know what would be a better idea? Let's take a look. We got all the ones that we purchased right here. We do not have that coil. I'm just trying to commit all this shit to memory. I'm sure I'll forget exactly what the hell we had. Nope. There we go. Not the end of the world if we get duplicates, but whatever. Salvage shaft. Havoc lance, I know we already have. You know what, I'm actually going to buy a duplicate of that. We don't have that. I know we have that, and I'm guaranteed we have that. There we go. Doesn't matter if we have duplicates. And we'll get a salvage stuff. Alright, so we still got 10,000 overage now. I'm going to start buying some appearance modifications.
Collectible received. Collectible received. Collectible received. Collectible received. Collectible received. Collectible received. Collectible received.
Just to complete the collection here. We're not going to be able to afford all of them.
Collectible received.
And I'm probably not even going to use any of this shit, but like I said, I'd rather just have it to say that I got it.
Collectible received.
We'll go for the expensive one.
Collectible received.
That's going to wipe out what we get. Alrighty. Now let's send these up to the freighter. Let's see. Alright, so we did get... Well, I expected to get the duplicate of that. Yeah, no, most of that is all new stuff. Alright, we didn't have this one yet. I want to get like a decent array, that way we can make a whole bunch of stuff.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
So I know they lead to varying results. The one that we've currently got on us wound up being an A class. I know the first one we made was a C. It was pretty shabby. That's part of the reason I wanted to do this, so I could get like an accurate depiction of what to expect when you combine certain items with others. Then, in a future run, we'll be able to do an expose, basically featuring some of the different arrays you can come up with. That way we can save some of y'all the hassle when you do get around to making staffs of your own. I do know there's one that a lot of content creators have featured, but you can only get it through the expeditions, so it's kind of off limits. So that one will not be available to us.
Extreme subterranean radiation detected.
The item. Sometimes I walk away, I gotta go back to get the item out of the cargo pod. I mean, you can linger for a little bit, it's not gonna kill you, the radiation that it puts off, but you don't want to stick around too long. Well, we got the Shanky light going on. Sir, are you having a seizure? But these are hit or miss. Sometimes you get some really good items off of this. Cargo bulkheads to increase your freighter's inventory size. Sometimes salvage frigate modules. But do be sure to make sure you're paying attention to what items you're getting, because sometimes you'll get illegal goods. You won't realize it until you get out into space and you get picked off by the scanner. That was not the case this time. Kinda got drafted. Alright, so next order of business. We did not pick up any echolocators. Nope. Down there just for my own peace of mind. You can go to the freighter. We got a bunch of that in storage. Evidently we got a storm crystal. Asham shush. What else we have on the freighter? That I'm just gonna junk. Alright, so up inside of Agent Venom here. Another thing I do want to take a look at, we used a lot of pyrite and phosphorus. We got plenty of phosphorus, just about 5,000. Pyrite's still holding tight at 2,500, so I don't think we need to go out of our way to gather up any of that. I usually don't like to let them get below 2,000. You're never going to need that much, but Again, for peace of mind. That's how I roll. You are welcome to do as you please. This is just what works best for me. As is a neighborly thing to do, we set down the communication station for any of y'all that show up here further out. And Dufresne Party of Two. Oh, I think I butchered that. I was watching Mitch Hedberg earlier. One of my favorite bits of his. I was at a restaurant, and you know how the party before you, they get Dufresne, Party of Two. Dufresne, Party of Two. Then when they don't answer, they move on to the next person. Bush, Party of Three. Well, what happened to the Dufresnes? They could be locked up in a trunk somewhere with duct tape on their mouths. Bush, search party of 3. Cannot eat until the Dufresnes have been found. He does it a lot better than I just did it. But I recommend, if you're in for a chuckle, check out some Mitch Hedberg. Can't go wrong. That is because I was trying to use another one of his bits on a previous communication ball. Was crackers are just edible plates, and unfortunately the game deemed that as racist and would not allow me to put that down. And forgot to do a search for the autophages. We'll do that before we take off, but might as well get this out of the way. So 1 plus 1 is 2. 13 minus 6 would be, I believe, 7. And 9 plus 4 is 13. So 2, 7, and 13. And I did it without any Common Core. Now, can I remember all these numbers? 2, 7, and 13. Ta-da. And thankfully, oh hey, look, we got a visitor. Thankfully, brain farts. Oh, sweet. They automatically show you the autophages. I guess it scans them when it does that thing. Good news. But I done forgot to get my nanite bonus. Would be a shame to have missed out on that. Alright. We can do this one. Anything that's going to require me to go somewhere and come back, we're going to skip. I just don't want to be bothered. Let's see what these guys are going to offer us before we make any rash decisions. 380 chromatic metal. We have more than enough of that. We won't even miss it. And go kill 9 sentinels. Nope, inverted mirror. surprised. That's 9 in a row. We didn't get the sentinel mission, nor did we get the repair and autophage. So we lucked out. Now is the moment of truth. What are we actually going to find for a ship? No. Again, we are trying to find one of the similar varieties to the one we are flying, but in a green variation. That's ultimately what I am holding out hope for. It's not necessarily the only type we need to find, and we did not get it here. We got something. Let's take a look. It is a B class. Already off to a not so good start. It looks like it is mostly black. I noticed a little bit of blue there. Not all that colorful. Things are pretty run-of-the-mill. So that's what it looks like on the ground floor. It has got a lot of thrusters. Sweet bejesus. So that's pretty nifty looking. 10 salvage glass, that ain't nothing to scoff at. As I point out pretty much every time, you can activate the Hyalene brain on the ground. I prefer to do it inside the ship, just so it doesn't zoom out and zoom back in, saves you a little bit of time. I like to be as efficient as humanly possible. That's because these things bother me. I don't know why. Just how I'm wired. Actually, let me go up and get the radiant shards that just saw up there. Look like a decent chunk. And no Atlantic weapon. That is a shame. I don't think we found a single one this day. Maybe we'll luck out on the next one we do. So, first up, let's get up over the ridge here. There. Looks can be deceiving. We got a... oh no, that's a radiant shard. Can we reach these? Not too far over. That's good enough. Don't want to get too crazy. We already got plenty. I do like to replenish what we're going to use. course, it just doesn't want to do the jump. There you go. You can also do the melee jump trick. I'm just more accustomed to double jumping. Oh, it's green? Alright. Damn, storm was very deceiving. I thought it was just regular black.
Technology prepared.
I'm warming up to you. Let's see how goofy it looks when we get it up in the sky. Sometimes, it's not too bad looking. Nothing really fascinating or out of this world. Get it? You know? Galaxy? Yeah. Swing and a miss. Unfortunately, I do believe this is going to get scrapped, but it is definitely a nice color as far as I'm concerned. It's pretty unique. You get 4 eyes up on the front there. I do like the thruster composition. That's the first time I've seen an array like that. If it had a little bit more going on with the wings, a little bit more detail and such, maybe I'd feel differently, but it is what it is. If you happen to like this jalopy, we will throw down a communication station for you. Good old reliable. See you, Space Cowboy. There you go. But again, do keep in mind this is going to be a B class. I can't state for a certainty that that's going to be the highest or lowest class you will find here. But what we will do is stop being stupid here, get you into the wonders. And for your portal address, it starts off pretty easy. We got the bird, followed by the bird, followed by what we refer to as the elk, followed by what the hell is that? Looks like maybe like a dragonfly kind of thing. Looks like it's got wings and antennae. Anywho, moving along, followed by the Triforce, followed by the rocket, followed by the hot air balloon, followed by another rocket, followed by the spiral, followed by the Loch Ness Monster, followed by the moon over the waves, and then concluding with another rocket. Again, the way I describe them is probably not the way you might see them as, so feel free to take a screenshot, zoom on in, get a better look, and then go from there. That is your portal address. So enjoy. Alright, next order of business. I do believe we want to find a portal. For that, we could go the tried and tested route, just go back to our original planet of origin. As we found out yesterday, the map marker was not there. I don't know if maybe since we've been there recently, it will have remained. Or if we're going to have to use another relic to get ourselves pointed there. I think, don't quote me on this, that we could also purchase an item off of him that would point us towards a portal. We don't have any navigational data on us though, so we wouldn't be able to do that anyway. I don't think we swung by the space station, so we should probably hit up the guild. Mm-hmm. And so we got 2 free upgrade modules. That'll give us a little bit of nanites. We'll take the anomaly detector and your batteries. Everything else we're pretty good on, so I don't think we need to keep that on our persons. That's going to go in the old stash ship. We'll break these down, see what we get. Not as many upgrade modules as I was hoping for. Not gonna lie, I was kind of hoping we'd get a Gek relic off of that. Striking out left and right. Alright. I suppose we desperately need to sell those just yet. We don't really need to upgrade our stash ship any. But actually, we could, because then I could put the bobbleheads in. Let's do that now. We're here. What's the ham? I'm not really worried about inventory space. We're doing all right there. Go. Now, I think it's the Apollo and the Nada figurines you want to have next to each other. You'll get a conjoined bonus.
Technology installed.
That's Artemis. Where's Nada? Oh, maybe. Yeah, it is Nada.
Technology installed.
Okay, maybe not. Or maybe it needs to be next to something. I can always bring up the Franken beans. I get the right array on that one.
Technology installed.
The rest of them,
Technology
doesn't really matter where you put them. They don't give you huge increases to your stats, but they are beneficial.
Technology installed.
And if you're wondering, you get these with Quicksilver off the anomaly. They are pretty pricey, but there is a way to offset that. Little process. You're gonna need to get the amount of Quicksilver, which I believe are 3,200. So you get on the anomaly, you get out of your ship. When you do that, it's gonna make a restore point. At which point you run over to the vendor, purchase the item, and then just restore your restore point. It'll bring you back to the ship. You won't have the item on you. You have to go to the Quicksilver vendor. But you'll still have the Quicksilver that you spent, except the item that you selected will say it's available, so you can basically get it free of charge. Just gotta repeat the process as needed. What I did was basically just opened up all of these, got them available. And then once that was done, loaded it back up, snagged them all into my inventory, got in and out of the ship again to set the restore point, and we were good to go. So, like I said, we need to bring up the Franken beans. So, Apollo, Adamus, I think it needs to be attached to your pulse engine. We will be fully certain about this. Now it doesn't make sense because it's attached to a pulse engine upgrade. Oh, no, it's not. Nope, still a swing and a miss. Alright, so Apollo and Adamus. I thought it was Paulo and Nada. Yep, nope, it's going to be Paulo and Adamus, and they need to be attached to your pulse engine for you to get the conjoined bonus. So all the other ones doesn't really matter. I mean, there may be benefits to putting them next to the respective things they increase, but I don't believe they get like the highlighted border to signify it. There are plenty of other content creators out there that will tell you the exact specifics. Some might even tell you of certain locations to prop them into your technology slots. But I find this is just good enough. As long as you get these to get lit up, you're going to be good to go. But and there's also this doohickey that we can add. There's quite a few of these that you can get through the anomaly, again for Quicksilver. And they also give you benefits, but you need to have like every single one of them attached. I just have the emerald because I'm a fan of green. I don't really care to get all the other ones. But bear that in mind. Leave it to your discretion. Next up, what else do we need to do while we're here? We could sell all this off. Again, I'm not in the need for units. We have 1.1 billion right now. I think we're good. Yeah, alright. Let's try to find our way to a portal. First, we're going to head back to the Blade, check in on our expeditions. I suppose we could have held off, because I'm going to renew them in about 7 minutes' time. Yeah, this one came back. Units. Alright, that was not worth it. Could have held off on that. Anything else we need to do while we're here? And a little bit of inventory maintenance. These are all smuggled goods. Like I said, I'm trying to get them up to a full stack. That way we might sell them. I'm going to get the more bang for our buck. Yes, we want to pull out crystallized hearts. Like I said, we got 2 full stacks. I think that's it, right? 1 should be good enough. Keep those in the stash up. Oh, rainy day fund. Alright, so we got Corvax casings. We don't desperately need those. We need to get Gek relics if we're going back to our initial planet. you. There you go. Just need the one. We had Viking and we had Corvax, just in case it asked for one of the other ones. Go straight into storage. The rest I'm just going to sell off. Again, as we've explained, our Viking and Corvax rankings, reputation are well through the roof, so we aren't going to need those. I just sell them as I get full stacks. But the Gek ones, on the other hand, we may wind up needing later on down the road. Dum. Yeah, we have plenty of open inventory slots. I don't think we need to move these. But they are starting to build up. We can crack into these. We got a new one. Actually, put that down there. Just trying to keep everything paired up with similar stuff. Like these are all our living ship upgrades. Hopefully tomorrow we finally get to utilize. But game keeps throwing damn curveballs at us every time we go to do stuff. And future problem for me, I'm gonna need to worry about getting some fuel for frigate expeditions. Good for the time, man. You haven't reloaded yet. Guess I'm pretty sure it's 8 o'clock Eastern time. And that would be correct. So I just need to make sure I come back here before I log off for the evening. As I want to do, send out the very lengthy expeditions before I log off for the night. That way when I reload back in the next day, all I gotta do is swing by those units over there, pick up the goods. As far as farmables, we got 3 stacks of everything right now, so I'm really not concerned with plucking those. Let's see how we're doing on our gas. Yeah, let's make sure that's not glitched. Yeah, that can wait. Actually, once we get back down transporter, I want to see exactly how much nitrogen we got. Ideally, I'd like to get 2 stacks. Alright, we're almost there. Like another day and a half, we should have another second stack. But for some of the items you need in the process of crafting the stasis devices, they require a decent amount of the nitrogen, the sulfurine, and the radon. So, again, easy enough to acquire through those refiner things we had up top. For the nitrogen, you want to be in a red star system. Radon was blue, green for the sulfurine, and then yellow will get you chromatic metal. Do we need... No, we can use the teleporter here. Can maybe swing by the mold farm, but I think we got 20 stacks in storage. There's really no need to go get more. So we want to go to the Hobbit's Hole. Only because I'm hoping that the portal icon will still be readily available for us to utilize. Again, if not, we got the relics on us. We'll be able to use a monolith. facing the direction as such. Alright, so I've discovered 8 out of 8 species here. Which I thought was the case, because this was my origin planet. But evidently, if you don't come here, or maybe if you leave the galaxy and come back, you can rescan the fauna for units. I just want to double check that and scan another one to see if we were getting units for it, because that's just fucking weird. Yeah, no, alright. So, there's a new exploit. Not that it really matters, I mean, the planet's plentiful enough. You're never really gonna run out of fauna to scan. Alright, so next order of business, we need to find a monolith. Sure, there was one relatively close. It didn't take us long to find it yesterday. But we did kind of luck out. But this time, I'm gonna be smart about shit, and I'm gonna leave a save beacon right next to it when we do find it. As a point of reference. Because we learn from our mistakes. Usually not right away, but eventually. That looks like a trade hub. Don't really need to swing by there. It's gonna be a pain. It's always when you're desperately looking for something that the game just finds a way to not make it readily available to you. When you could care again, absolutely less whether or not you find it. You seem to run across them like every another 2 feet. We can try this. I don't think it's gonna work though. This is likely just gonna point us to an artifact. The ancient stone still. Yes, seek help with languages, seek knowledge in the past. I don't really care about going to dig up an artifact, so... Word of the day is sodium. Alrighty. Let's take a look around, see if we can find a location icon. A little blue house. Of course. That is not going to be the case. Now, when we do find the portal, please don't let me run into the fucking thing without putting down a save beacon. If anybody's watching. I can't stress it enough. Slavy's got memory issues. I forget shit real quick. The plan is to do that. That way we never have to go through this tedious, boring process in the future. There's a monolith. much, it's not going to do the thing that we needed to do, though. I'd like to think it would. Oh god, this... What the fuck? Alright, this time I'm gonna do this. That way the next one we come across will hopefully be the type that's gonna send us to the portal. Because for all you newer players, once you've procced like a mission, or like there's little beacons you'll come across, they'll point you to a minor settlement. Once you've got one pointed out to you, it will not allow you to find a secondary one until you go to the one that you have marked. Which is precisely the only reason that I did that. I have no intentions to go for that artifact. Just want to find a portal. Christ, we may just wander upon it before we find another one of those. Fortunately, it just did not dawn on me to put one down. Oh, there's another one. Be what we're looking for. Oh, come on. What? Why? I mean, unless there's another type of one. Pretty certain these are the things you want to find. You feed them a relic, or it depends on like what life form is the dominant species of the system in which you're in. This one would be a Gek system, so we would need a Gek relic. But if you're in the Vy'keen, you would need a Vy'keen dagger. Korvax casing if you're in the Korvax systems. And I'm just trying to find little home icons. It's not necessarily going to point us to where we're going, but it's a reference point to go off of. Instead of just wandering around aimlessly. Why? There you go. Is a drop pod. We don't need that. Great Gugga Mugga. I am quite sure there has got to be an easier way to be able to find the portals. I just don't often use them, so not well versed with that. But we'll keep plugging it away at this for a little bit longer. If we don't come across it, then my apologies to Jamie. We did make a concerted effort to try and go check out the ship that you found. But the Atlas did not wish it. It's a lot easier to find these things because they give off a blue hue, so you can spot them a little bit further away than most things. It's just a matter of getting near them to see it. We went through this last night, but we found the thing we were looking for right quick. We sometimes get lucky. Wait, what was that? Sorry, faint blue hue. No, that is an abandoned outpost. That's not going to get us where we're going. That is a resource deposit. That is definitely not what we're looking for. Oh, gee, Mingus. We'll see. We did spend a very long time on this planet when we first started our run, getting used to the game. Which, if I had understood the game a little bit better, I probably wouldn't have spent as much time. But I definitely left here with a butt ton of uranium, a whole lot of sodium, quite a few other resources, and we managed to knock out a whole bunch of those pod things, which gave us a nice bit of exosuit upgrades. So when we left here, we had a lot of inventory space. Had its pros, had its cons. Dude, you suck. Look, this isn't even beneficial in that capacity, but I think we have like almost 500 Gek words. So. I feel like I need those. Alright, we will go to one more. If it doesn't lead us to where we're going, then we are getting the fuck out of here. I just don't have the patience. And again, that's one of those beacons I was telling you about. These will always lead you to a minor settlement. That's a knowledge stone. That's not what we need. I mean, unless it's a different type of monolith. I think there's like ones that are like half triangles, with like a circle in the middle of it. I vaguely remember that being what we used. But there has to be a vastly easier way to find the portals. Like I said, I don't tend to use them, so I've never really needed to seek them out. We didn't stop going up. Jesus. I believe this is gonna be another strike. I don't think we're gonna have luck here, but if we came across it, we might as well check it out. Fingers crossed. Bitch. Yeah, because you can't interact with it a second time. Oh my god. Unless maybe it has to do, I think we switched over to this. I don't guarantee that that's going to do anything for us. But I'm willing to try anything at this point. So used to being in and out of the planets nowadays. Hovering over them like this just starts to get taxing. Especially when there's really nothing here that I need. Dude, I'm about to just start shooting at shit for the sake of it. It's just gonna fill my inventory up with stuff that I don't need. Holy bejesus, I did not think this was gonna go this way. This is just gonna lead to more disappointment. I got a feeling. But this is the planet the portal is on for this system, so that much I know for a certainty. Okie dokie. Well, Jamie, we tried. I just can't do it anymore. But what I can do is get my fucking aggression out. I'm gonna lure you pricks out into space. Get back to my damn ship. Come get you some, bitches. Follow me. We want to be out in the galaxy here. No, don't give up on me. Oh shit, he got some pep in his step. That was another thing I wanted to do on the freighter. I want to get the fuck rid of you. So you are useless. Why is this thing moving so sluggish? Did he blow up because he crashed into me, or did we take him out with the cannons there? Don't want the infinite. Yep, you are getting in the fucking way. Would you please get on this prick and you get out of my way? Oh my tits. Them shields are. I love this ship, but the maneuverability, even maxed out, like, it just doesn't seem to do dick all that shit. You are fucking annoying me, buddy. There, we finally did some damage to him. Now he's gonna get his shields back up. God forbid you turn. Yeah, dude, this is why I swear by the Franken beans. Like, this battle would pretty much almost be over. Fire at him, but you do no damage. Other than just flying in front of you, your squadron doesn't do shit. Alright, 2 more waves to go. We want to get the fuck away from that fucking meteor cloud. Doesn't matter which one, pick one. You gotta be kidding me. How is that not enough? After the truck, 2 more. Please get the fuck out of my way. I keep confusing his trail with the fucking other one. There you go. Yep, you are getting decommissioned as soon as I get the chance, buddy. So, not worth having it. What the fuck? Top of that. We have luck getting that cargo pods. Where? Come on. Have cargo pods. Yeah, like we do. Just another reason why I prefer that over the Infraknife. You can just lay on the fucking fire button. And you don't even have to worry about it overheating with the Infraknife. It just overheats way too quickly. Alright, I feel better now, though. don't feel like doing is sticking around this fucking system. Where's the space station? I'd definitely say this is my second best ship. The Franken Beans is just... It turns so much better. Its shields are pretty much double what this one's got. And its proton cannon, though not too much higher in damage, it fires a hell of a lot quicker. Definitely the best of the fleet. Let's see, what we can do is swing on by here. Hopefully get a storage augment or two. Nope. Scan a module.
Product received. Product received.
I don't even know if we need more ion batteries, but I'm gonna take them anyway.
Product received. Product
Just because they're here for the taking, why not? Smart idea would be to take a look and see. Oh, it doesn't matter. We could have up to 200. I'm so used to like it being either like 50 or 100. Like those, the Star Shell batteries only go up to 100. But these you can have 2. So just keep going till we get it full. Next up. Probably not gonna be anything of worth to pick up here. Do we have? Yep, we got. Actually, that I'm holding on to for a separate multi-tool. These we could sell off. Keep that for another multi-tool. Let's unload the ones we don't need. Actually, this might not be a wise choice. Like I said, we don't get along too well with the Gex, so we're probably not going to get. No, I don't think it really matters when you're selling stuff. Alright, scanner. We'll keep those, we'll keep that. We'll sell all this stuff. And then you go switching them around. Thanks. Suspicious hazard protection module. What do I have equipped? He's relatively low. Alright, let's see what we have on offer here. Seven, 3, 2, and 2. 5, 2, 2, 2. Well, regardless, it's going to be better than that one. So, see ya. Yeah, that's worth it. And as we all want to do, always check in with your mission giver. Fortunately, he don't have anything worthwhile. We don't want to go flying around. We want to teleport on out of here. Let's go back to the freighter. Send out our expeditions for the evening. 5 hours, 5 hours, 5 hours. Alright, we'll do all 3 of these ones. A little bit more progress. Living frigates are up to Class A's. So that's cool. We can increase the trade a little bit more, so I'll send him out. That's enough. We don't need to worry about these top 2 are the ones I'm going to go with. This is an all-arounder. Suppose that works. And we can send out the other living frigate. That's fine. So now we need to inspect and see what we got for fuel. We still get 8 out of 20 on the 200. We can worry about that tomorrow. If you would please. So temperamental. Previous system. I want to say this is where we want to go. Hona Station. That. That's going to go to the freighter. That's going to go to the freighter. Right there. You're going to the starship. That wound up being useless for us. We didn't find a way to find the portal. And like I said, there may be something you can get off the cartographer, but we don't currently have any nav datas on us. So that's going to be a bust. Let's see what you, sir, have for wares. We don't need coordinates. We have 4 of those. Be tentacled steward. The fuck is this? Alright, find out. No goodie. We have a be tentacled something or fucking other. Does that go into a starship? Perhaps we'll never know, because we don't have an open slot. Oh shit, something got damaged. Goddamn. Not the only one that got damaged, I hope. Mm-hmm. So it said it's a blueprint. I imagine it's something that you craft into your ship here. Ain't nothing for the freighter. There you go. Alright, let's go out to space, break up the galaxy map, find ourselves another dissonant system. already did this one. Actually, how does that walk drive? Yeah, it's good enough. We don't need to fill it. We've been bouncing pretty far away the last couple of times. Let's see what we get nearby. There you go. 2-star coordinate system. Hopefully we can finish the evening off with a keeper. And a dreadnought battle. Shouldn't be too damn aggravating. So what I do with these, I usually immediately go right down here. Knock out the warp drive. That way they can't take off on you. Only had that happen once. I don't even worry about the shields. I just go straight for these cannons. Seriously? There you go. There's another one behind us, right? Loud noises. Take out this last one, and I usually submit to you. Quick and easy. Hold up, see if we get any. Yep. Got some nanites, got some credits, then you bop on here. Now, unlike your regular, like taking out the pirates and then getting rewarded from the regular freighters, all you're gonna get from these chuckleheads is the same exact amount each and every time. 6,767,000 units. For the minimal effort, it's well worth the price of admission. You could also purchase it. I'm going to take a look and see. I didn't bother scanning. B class. It's nothing really fancy. And the slottage is just absolutely atrocious. Yeah, you can keep that for like the next 5 minutes before I go outside and blow at the fucking Kingdom Come. But I do demand tribute. Yeah, it's 6,767,000 credit. Who'd have thunk it? Sir, you might not want to pack there. This thing's about to become pretty eviscerated. So if you want to go about it this way, like that I do, next order of business is you go down these 2 gullies here, one on each side. Blow up their shield protectors. Don't go too fast because they're going to kick out fuel rods. Exponential amount of damage because once you've got in and taken the bounty, you're not going to be able to see the health bar. This will help make short work of the battle. And if you're looking for raiding frigates, this is how you would get them. Our fleet's pretty much already stacked. You don't need to worry about anything else. More times than not, they're going to be C-class, so I just don't even ask myself. Blast the L11 shit out of it until it blows up. There we go. I don't know if that gives you anything, it just gives me satisfaction. We didn't get any items for it. I'm pretty sure you gotta destroy it without going inside and being paid off. It's the equivalent of basically teabagging them, so, you know, there's that. Anywho, that's gonna stay up on the right side of the screen. I'm gonna say Dreadnought defeated, so I usually pop inside the space station just to reproc it. Sometimes it glitches, so be warned. But it's very few and far between that you'll come across that in a regular system. Usually in an outlaw system, that's where you're gonna find your Dreadnoughts. Would you? Cargo bulkhead. Sweet deal. I guess we can pick up the gold. I'm gonna buy these too. Fuck it. Beats crafting them. Circuit boards we got plenty of. And I don't believe there's anything else we need. So let's check this. You're gonna go to the frigate. You're going there as well, and you are going to the starship. Now we are gonna go find the distant planet. Finish off this stream with a new ship. Yep. Now, it's going to tell you that there's a pirate dreadnought. The pirates that you left alive, small little ships, will still attack you, but there is no dreadnought. As we can see, it's right there. Alright, this is going to be confusing as all hell. There you go. Now I'm staring straight at this thing. What the fuck? Oh, goody. Well, that's helpful. Awesome. Usually we're going to scan every single planet until we come across it. The game has realized I've been aggravated enough. being aggravated enough. I'm not even going to do the harmonic camp. We are just going to use this little doohickey. Go right to the source. So if you were hoping for a harmonic camp, I would suggest bringing echolocators with you, if you do happen to come on down here. What's going on, Jimmy? We tried to go find that ship of yours, but we could not find a portal. So I'm gonna have to figure out what the easiest way to find those is once I log off. And then we'll give it another go tomorrow. But yeah, basically, finding our final ship of the evening, and then probably gonna call it. Oh, we are not going that way. Upon my fuzzy math, I believe our living ship, so long as we don't have to do anything else, will hopefully be available to us just around between 10 and 11 tomorrow morning. Regardless if I'm awake at that time. That's the thing with the streams. Oh, that's kind of goofy looking. I think for the videos, the first 3 streams of the day will give notifications. Anything beyond that, I think there's like a limit of 3. That's what I've been told. I don't know for a certainty. Oh yeah, this thing is definitely getting scrapped. It's a B class at least. I think it resets around 1 in the morning, so like any streams that I would do from this point forward would not give notifications, but after 1, the first 3 after that, they'll send out notifications to the subscribers. But like again, after that cycle, you gotta wait till the day resets the clock. My buddy Anamali, he's the one that explained that whole process to me. He said the same thing. He was like, dude, I would have been at your stream, but it wasn't giving me notifications. So he looked into it and found that out. At least that's the story he sold me. We don't need an echolocator. We need you. It really hasn't been too much of an issue. Mainly I've just been doing 3 streams a day. But I mean, occasionally, if I got like a lot going on or the game's keeping me entertained and engaged, I'll go above that. But it's not really all that often. Oh, that's convenient.
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
Pointing me right in the direction I wanted to be looking. Oh, and look at that. We finally got an Atlantic weapon. Unless it glitches on me like it did the last time.
Thermal protection falling.
We shall see. Virtue of the brain, and hopefully have an icon above that little terminal over there when we're done. looking at? Oh, that thing's pretty sleek looking. It's a C-class, however. I need to decline that because I don't want to lose my good weapon. Yeah, I'll switch this one on, fuck it. Oh, actually, now I don't know. I have no idea where the slots are going to be. Like this one that I have on. I'm going to skip this one. Fuck it. Because again, this one, we got the 2 multi-tool slots supercharged right next to it. Everything's filled up. So I'm just waiting to see what it's going to do in an S-class. But I don't even know if that's gonna be the one that I wind up keeping as my main for that variety. Oh yeah. So I really like the black one I got. No, that one was alright. Look-wise, but it's just I didn't care for it. For a couple of reasons. The amount of slots I would have to unlock in comparison to this one. This one's already filled up. I'd probably already put multi-tool expansion slots into this one to make it that way. But not knowing where the supercharged slots are going to be, where this one I already know these two are going to be side by side. Kinda made it a done deal. I can't switch my multi-tool in here. And then this one, I got supercharged, and I just need to get up to an S-class. I'm pretty much guaranteed it's going to be over here. But maybe we'll luck out and they'll put another one over here. I can't say for a certainty, but I still like this in comparison to the one that they just had. The only defining feature was the red orb in the middle there, but the handle looked kind of goofy on the other one. I like the barrel of it, but not enough that I wanted to switch it out. Let's get that back up. Maybe ride out this storm. Yeah, it doesn't matter. There you go. Now we're protected. Alright. Ah, perfect. Did we check this? I think we checked this. I can't remember. Yeah, it was runaway mold. We don't need that. Alright. I got your brain. God, that is a... It's just chock full of... Ugh. It's like the underneath of a fucking Big Mac patty. Ketchup and mustard special sauce. This is definitely getting sold. Stats are average. Again, it's a B class. Value is 45 mil, so it'll be worth it to scrap at least. Per usual, we'll hop in, pop it in the sky, see what it really looks like. Yeah, not much better. It's got skis. But, yeah, no, not too keen on this one. We'll give you all the portal address and the usual gobbledygook. Communication station. There we go. Let's get on up inside the right menu. I gotta delete some of my wonders here. The only one I really care about is the vulture one, if I want to go back and get others. So those are gonna go. They are all saved for posterity in the videos, so if we ever need to go back to them. Alright. Colonel Mustard. Mustard. There you go. Alright, and now the usual. For your portal address, you would be looking for the Loch Ness Monster, followed by the bird, followed by the Triforce, followed by another Loch Ness Monster, as well as another Triforce. Then we have the rocket, the hot air balloon, followed by another rocket. Then we got the circular thing with the thing inside of it. And we got another Loch Ness Monster, followed by the moon with the waves underneath. And finally, another rocket. There you go. Okay, we got the communication station right by the old ship. Do believe it's gonna look kind of goofy, but if those are the colors you like, then this one's gonna be right up your alley. I don't believe we shall be returning any more of those. Next order of business. Where is the ship? This is why I always try to park right nearby where the hell I am. There you are. Yeah, let's get this radiant shot since we're right here. Oh. If you're nearby, that might mean that there's a dissonance spike nearby too. What are you? Phosphorus. How are we doing on phosphorus? I think we got plenty, right? Yeah, we almost got 5,000. We don't need you, but maybe we'll get an S-class module. Yeah, of course not. Get inside the ship. And does Vespa sail still work with sentinel ships, or is it just Bonello ships? I think the Vespa sail, is that the thing for the solar ships? I'm pretty sure that only works for solar ships, because I've tried to like pull it out so I could like triple them up on a solar, and it wouldn't even let me take it out to put it into like storage. Like all I could do was move it around amongst the other technology slots, but it wouldn't let me put it into a cargo. Because I figured for all the solar ships that I gathered up until I found one that I wanted to keep, I was going to plug those all out to triple up. But I don't even know if you can. I'm pretty sure it's just one and done. Yeah, I mean, it's possible, but I'm pretty sure when I tried to do it when I had a solar ship, it wouldn't even let me take it out of the tech slots.
Weather warning.
Like all I had the option to do was move it around to a different area of the tech. But I mean, if you see a cheap enough solar ship, feel free to fucking snag it up and see if you have a different result. But I'm pretty sure that it's just limited to solar ships and nothing but. Kind of like friggin' with the sentinel ships, like, yeah, see how this only says move technology? It doesn't even give me the option, whereas this, it's move or store. Yeah, so like I think these types of devices, they're just specific to these types of ships. So that was a noobish thing of him to say.
Extreme night temperature detected.
Unless, of course, he was confused and he meant some other piece of technology. There's only two that I'm aware of that you can conjoin. The Apollo and the Artemis. I think they're the only ones that have like a side-by-side bonus. Yeah, these two. And I think they need to be attached to the pulse engine. Oh, the other ones I couldn't figure out. Like I plugged them around in the Franken beans. Yeah, because there's Apollo, there's Artemis, nada. Yeah, Apollo's not doing anything. Even if I wanted, I can't move anything around. I need to get more slots open. Because I don't have a free one to move anything to. And you can't, like, place them over each other. And, like, swap them out, which I find ridiculous. Like, that should be an option. I could put it into storage. So, I'm not completely fucked. But yeah, as far as I was aware, these are the only two that you get a paired up bonus for. All the other ones, I mean, as I was explaining in the previous stream when I was setting these in, there may be slots where you can put them next to. They might just not light up. But they still give you, like, one of them gives you a better, what am I thinking of? The launch cost. It'll deduct a little bit more percentage from it. Another one will give you a boost to your solar. Or am I thinking something different? Another gives you like a couple light years for your hyperdrive. But these ones are for the pulse engine. So as long as they're touching one of these modules, you'll get the adjacency bonus. But as far as that, I think the rest of them, it doesn't matter if they're touching what they increase or decrease. You're gonna get the same amount of an effect regardless. Don't quote me on that. I'm not saying that for a certainty, because I've only watched one video about that was explaining it just enough to realize that these actually gave you bonuses. But I didn't stick around to like see, oh, if you put it in so-and-so slot, it's gonna give you an extra bonus. Whereas like some of like the shields, have like a certain area where you put them, they're gonna exponentially be better. I don't really like pay too much attention to it. I just see like, all right, like this array gave me the best out of what I got, and I'll push them around. But I'm not looking for min-max. As long as I get the most out of it from where I'm putting it down, I'm happy enough with it. Because again, once it gets up to like filled up like this, it's just too much of a pain in the ass to start moving everything around. I was like the same when I was playing the Division 2. Like I'd play with other players, and they'd be like, "Oh, you gotta have this in this slot. Like this is best in slot, man. You're wasting your loader." And it's like, here's all I care about. If when I aim at something and I pull the trigger, does it kill it? It does. Then it does what I need it to. Like oh, but you're missing like you could get like 1,000 more HP. I don't give a fuck. If I aim and click, does it kill? It doesn't? Okay, we're happy. Okay. So like that's what I was saying, like with the infra knife, like so many people that I came across were like, oh, that's the meta. You gotta have the infra knife, and it's like, no, I don't. Like, I mean, I can see its benefits, especially like putting them in the super chat slot. Yeah, now it's at 24,000, whereas in the super chats it was just under 60,000. But for me and my play style, I was missing 80% of the shots, so it didn't matter if I had a high DPS. If I'm not landing and doing damage, what the fuck good is it for me? So, again, it all comes down to personal preference and what works best for you. And I always try to express, like, hey, this is what I dig, this is what works for me. If it works for you, cool beans. If not, then, you know, enjoy what you enjoy. Do you, boo-boo. But there's really, like, there's no wrong way to play a game as long as you're enjoying what you're doing. That's ultimately what it boils down to. So I can understand the implications and the benefits of min-maxing and all that kind of shit, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to stress myself out to get myself, like, insanely great or insanely good. Like, again, like, it kind of boils down to, like, my preference on, like, the channel that I do. I'm just doing it for fun. Once I lose sight of that, like, I've lost the plot. So... but I don't state that, like, that, well, this is how you have to do it. Like, no, this is what works for me. Find what works for you. Do it to your heart's content. And that's all that matters. And these are life lessons from Slammy. The more you know. Cue the star. But again, it also comes down to, like, your play style ultimately. Like, are you up for close combat? Do you like to hit from afar? Do you prefer to be aggressive? Do you prefer to be stealthy? Like, all these things come into play. Because again, like, when it comes to the blaze javelin, like, just about everybody shits on the blaze javelin. But for me, I think it's clutch. Not for battles so much, but, I mean, when you're on the dissonant planets, if you don't want to be bothered with the sentinels, you can fire 2 blasts of those at the dissonant resonators. Wait for it to blast up, throw in your cloak, 10 seconds later, alright, on to the next one. No fuss, no muss. As far as, like, doing combat, I swear by the pulse splitter, but a lot of other people swear by the shotgun, the scatter blaster. But again, at the same time, you need to be, like, right up dead center in order for it to do, like, the best damage that it's going to do, and I prefer to be a little bit further away, give myself some breathing room. So the pulse splitter does quite fine for me. But it's just, it's only beneficial, like, if somebody you see is, like, struggling when you know that they don't have to. And then it's like, all right, yeah, throw some suggestions their way. But if they're enjoying themselves and what they're doing is working for them, do you really need to piss in their Cheerios? Like, not really. Let them do what works for them. I'm not saying you specifically. It's like more the royal we. I'm just saying, like, people in general. Like, again, like, I point out, like, some of these content creators where it's like, this is the must. You have to do it this way. Like, no, you fucking don't. You just try to make yourself look more fucking important than you actually are. It's like a dark side Phil tactic. Like, I gotta hype myself up even though people can see through my bullshit. Like, oh, yeah, alright. Do you. Just don't be surprised if you got fucking a head full of gray hairs by the time you're fucking 28. I'm 42 and I'm just starting to sprout them, so, you know, the fuck do I know? Alright, we already went to you. And there's the other thing, I eat like absolute shit. I used to fucking drink alcohol like it was fucking water, and I still look like I'm 25, so, you know, stress is a fucking killer. Eat all your fucking healthy greens you want, but if your life's nothing but fucking stress and pressure, ain't gonna fucking make a lick of damn difference. But, alright, I think we are gonna call it for the evening. Again, just the whole letdown of this fucking living ship has just kind of put a black cloud on the day. Really took the wind out of my sails when I realized we were gonna have to wait another 20 fucking hours. And even still, I don't know, maybe there's gonna be another item we're gonna have to unlock and wait for it to mature. I'm hoping not. But game plan is that we will likely... No. Fuck it. So we started with the void egg. And we had to go out into space, pulse drive, wait for the living ship to catch up with us. And it gave us coordinates. We then went to a monolith. We got our neural stem. We had to get... we had to craft a new thing for our multi-tool to go harvest fucking some stupid bullshit. Which then we went back to the monolith, and it gave us the neural stem. We had to wait 20 hours for this to mature until we could do that whole process again, which led us to get the mature heart node, which we had to wait 20 hours for that to mature. Then when that was done, we had to go out, pulse drive, get fucking notified, swing into a new system, hit up the fucking monolith, craft this fucking thing, and now we're waiting for it to mature. I swear to God, if there's another item that I have to wait for another fucking day, once we're done with this, I'm just done. I'm not even gonna fucking consider going for the living ship. Because unless this thing gives out free hand jobs, it's not worth the aggravation. I don't see how it would be like the be-all end-all. Like, I know they're cool looking, but if it's pretty much just like any other run-of-the-mill fucking ship, why would anybody want to go through this process, especially for multiple fucking ships? I could see, like, alright, you gotta wait for one item to mature for 20 hours. Okay, that's okay. But if it's gonna take up to a fucking week of every day you have to do another part of the process, that's just excessive. And very off-putting. And again, like I said, if the ship just is pretty much on par or equivalent to any of the other ships available in the game, then what would be the purpose? You only need to go through it all once. Okay. Alright, then that kind of salves the wound a little bit. But I mean, legitimately, if you had to go through this each and every time you got a void egg just to get one ship, when in the same amount of time I could get a complete full roster of sentinel ships 3 times over in the amount of time it's taken me just to get this one ship, like, what the fuck?
Technology recharge.
But again, this is partly user error. I should have just looked it up to see like what the whole process was. I just want, again, my stubbornness. I like to learn on my own. And I learned. I learned this is fucking frustrating as shit to get a living ship. But again, hopefully it's something cool. I've seen a few. One of them was like a reddish glowing one. That seemed alright, but I think it's probably, like, the one that we've been chasing is probably going to be the one that we wind up getting. But, again, I don't know. This is the first time going through it, so all of it's just going to be a surprise, but I'm hoping the ship, unlike this, is going to be a pleasant surprise, and not one that absolutely deflates me. But, yeah, I don't know. But like I said, once I'm done with this whole quest line, I guess you could call it, I'm definitely going to switch over to Everspace 2 and start doing the campaign for that. Every now and again, I'll swing on in to No Man's Sky, do like the weekend Nexus missions, maybe go around, find some ships here and there, but it's the content's going to change a little bit. It won't dominantly just be this game. And then, as I was explaining a little bit earlier on in the previous stream, once June rolls around, I'm probably going to be focusing on the Long Dark here and there. Because, again, that was a staple for the broadcast for quite a few months. So a lot of people that subscribe, like, they look forward to that kind of content. So I want to get back and give them what they're looking for. But this will definitely be a game that I always come back to, especially like when they keep adding new updates. But I try to keep everybody happy. But the Long Dark is definitely a vastly different game in comparison to this. But Everspace 2 is going to be on par. Because it's pretty much this game except without the planetary aspect, hopping out of the ship. But like there's different like solar systems and shit that you go to, but it's mainly combat based. So I don't think it's gonna be too much of a transition for all the like the newer subscribers and stuff. But like I know like a lot of the new subscribers, when I get around to playing the Long Dark, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, well, I'm sorry, but like fucking 60 of the subscribers I got through fucking that game, so you know I gotta give a little, give a lot, you know. Because I know I lost a couple of subscribers this week because I did Hot Wheels Unleashed, which was a racing game, for a little bit, and the videos for that still get traction. And I saw like 2 people subscribed through that video, one of the races I did, and then it was like the next day, like, yep, you lost those 2 subscribers, and I'm like, yeah, because I'm not playing fucking Hot Wheels anymore. So like that's another part. Like you were asking me about like live streaming and like different ways to go about it. Like if you want to stick to like a niche audience, stay in the same like genre. Like if you just like want to do FPS games, just do FPS related content. If you're doing like games like this, like stick with like a space type of genre. Like I'd say like do Elite Dangerous, this kind of game, Everspace, maybe Starfield. But like for me, if you've seen like the description for the channel, like what I started off was like basically anything that was PS Plus related, I was gonna feature on the channel. So I remember I didn't really like get into it, but like I had a kid like giving me shit because I wasn't playing a certain game, and I'm like, you did read the description upon signing up, right? Like all the games that I'm playing are related to what the descriptions tells you. Like there's no false advertising in it. But like he kept going off about like, well, you know, if you'd stayed with the same game, fucking people would want to stick with it. It's like, but I didn't profess that that's what this station is about. Like again, like if I had stated that and I went off to play a whole bunch of different like racing games, first-person shooter games, this and that, yeah, I could understand you being pissed at me. But where in the description did I allude to you that that was the case? Like that's on you. That's not a me issue. But I also like to be transparent. Like when I know I'm going to be switching over to another game, I'll give plenty of warning. But like I said, I always try to go back to the games that I know have like done the channel well. Because if people stick with me, I don't want to disappoint them and be like, all right, well, you joined me because I was playing these types of games, and now we're over here doing RPGs fucking constantly. And that's not your thing, but, well, I guess you can like it or you can fucking deal with it. Like, no, like, the channel, like, it's for me, but it's also for the people that are going to be watching. Because without viewers, like, what's the fucking point? So like I said, you got to give a little to get a little. But it goes for me as much as it goes for the viewers as well, so. But that's me trying to be fair. I can't speak for any other content creators. I can only speak for myself. But then there's the other thing. You can also have multiple channels. So, I mean, if you want to have a channel that's dedicated to first-person shooters, and you want to have another channel that's dedicated to racing games, and you want to slot it up that way, that's also an option, too. Because there's a couple of creators that I know from my Division 2 days. Like, they have a channel dedicated just to that specific game. But then they have, like, 3 other channels for other games that they play. Like one guy, I think it's Lieutenant Buzz Lightyear. His channel under that name is more Division 2 FPS content. But then he also does like news related stuff, but he does that on a separate channel. Me personally, like one channel's a fucking enough. So, but again, these are just all the things that I'm talking. Like, you gotta find like what works best for you, what it is that's like in your wheelhouse, and what you want to be your content, and then go from there. And then just be patient with it. Because again, I'm up to like what 108 subscribers now, and I've done no advertising to get any of those. It's just people that wandered into the streams and decided to stick around. So, I mean, the channel could be far more bigger if I went around and was, like, sharing the links and kind of, like, trying to get word of mouth for it and stuff. But I'm happy with the way that it goes, you know. But, I mean, again, that's what works for me. I have an idea for if I do stream No Man's Sky, I'll make it a proper series. But I was thinking about adding logs for each series, so when the game starts, a log pops up on the screen. No, and see, again, that's going to make it unique. So already you're off to a good start. Like, you're being creative with it. It's not just like, oh, fucking, here's me playing. Which, I mean, again, that's what I do, but I also bounce around from game to game. And I try to be, like, informative while I do it. Like, with like The Long Dark, like I'll just sit there and fucking yammer on and like describe like what I'm doing as I'm going along, and like I've gotten a lot of good feedback for like my approach to that. But like other people try to set it up as like kind of story based. Like there's one guy, he does like campfire chats. You know, like he'll just like go along like to different regions, you know, like sit down and like do story time and stuff. but that's what works for him. Like, but I mean, that's another thing that's going to help set you apart and make, okay, well, he does it this way, and I like that approach, so I'm going to, you know, tend to watch his videos more than I like this regular guy over here. So that'll totally, like, help boost getting subscribers and getting engagement and shit going on. No, and again, like, that's, you know... Ooh, we got a solar ship. But, like, that's, like, the uniqueness of it. Like, I could just be blah, alright, fucking, very matter-of-factly, very this and that, but it's like... Try to add your own personality to it at the same time. Because anybody could just, like, do informative shit, like, oh, like, this is how you do this, and here's like a video, like nanite farming, like, here's how to set up a mold farm, here's how to do this. Like, there's thousands of videos like that, but how many of them have somebody that's gonna, like, make you laugh at the stupid ridiculousness of it? There's a few. So the truth of the matter is those ones that stand out are the ones that are gonna take off. Whereas the other ones, it's like, well, I can go watch that anywhere, so I'll just go anywhere to watch it. Like, I'm gonna purchase this ship. It looked like it was cheap enough. Yeah, it's actually not bad. I like the blue on yellow. I don't like the inventory, but we can make it a project ship. Especially for 6 million units, that ain't nothing. Sold! And that's like another part of it too, is because not everybody can have personality. Not everybody's charismatic. Not everybody has, like, the confidence to just, like, throw it out there and be themselves and, hey, whatever. Me, I just don't give a fuck. Like, over a headset, face to face, like, it's just the same thing. Like, I'm too old to give a fuck, man. Like, if you like me, cool. If you don't, hey, that's whatever. Like, life ain't a fucking popularity contest. You know, and that's another thing, is like, other people, like, because like how I said, you can do it live stream format, you could do it video format. Like, other people, like, if they were doing a video format, that part would not have made it into the video. Like, they would, oh, no, I gotta edit that out, that's gonna make me look dumb. Like, me? No, fuck, like, there you go, it's a blooper. Fucking enjoy. Fucking, you got a chuckle out of it. Anybody else, like, watching down the road, or that was watching along, probably got a chuckle out of it. So why would I want to delete that? Like, I want those moments to be there. So that's why I prefer live streaming. Like, some people are just way too self-conscious. So it's like, no, it's gotta be fucking... It's gotta be perfect the way it is. I gotta cut out all, like, the dead airspace moments. This and that. And, like, to me, that just seems disingenuous. And one of the things, like, I pride myself on, just as an individual and a human being, is just to be as genuine as possible. Like, there's always going to be, like, a little bit of fakeness in anything. Like, best way to fucking analogize it is, like, reality TV. Like, there's no reality. Like, once the red light goes on, there's acting. So you're gonna be, like, conscientious about certain things once the headsets go and once you're recording. But to be as close and on point to who you naturally and genuinely are, like, that speaks volumes to people, especially, like, on YouTube, where so many people, it's like, it's got to be fine-tuned, it's got to be polished, it's got to be just this certain way. And that's like, again, there's nothing wrong with that if that's how you want to go about it, but just for me, like, that doesn't resonate with me. So I don't look down upon anybody that goes that way, but it's just, No, and again, you gotta play to your strengths. So if you feel like that would work against you, okay, go about it this way. But that's the beauty. It's the same as this game. There's no wrong way to go about fucking being a streamer. There's ways that work a little bit better than others, but as long as you're satisfied with the end result, that's really the only audience that you truly need to care about. Kind of like a pie chart. Like, I'd say that's like 70% of it, because if you're not enjoying what you're fucking doing, it's going to showcase and it's going to carry over to everything that comes from it. So find what works best for you, go from there, and then the audience is going to find you from that point forward. I mean, again, if you want to market it, you want to advertise it, do what you got to do. But it's, again, like I said, it's a lot like this game, where it's like, if you want to come in and just go exploring, you can do that. If you want to come in and do fucking space battles, you can just do that. If you want to fucking just go find sentinel ships, you can just do that. You want a base build, you can do that. You want to do it all, it's all there. It's however you want to do it, you know. So it's just a matter of fucking going through the growing pains, getting comfortable doing it, and then finding what your niche is. Yeah, but again, like, I mean, it all kind of boils down to like, kind of like environmental in essence. It's kind of like, what's a good analogy? Like being institutionalized. Like, nobody goes into jail with like the mindset of like being a criminal, but like when you're in there, you become it. So you can have an idea of how you want to be about shit, but until you're actually in the thick of it, like, you don't know how you're going to react. You don't know how you're going to fucking take to anything. So I mean, it's kind of similar to streaming and whatnot. Once you get your feet wet, then you'll truly know like how you want to go about it, how you feel about it. But the one thing that I will say is, like, stick with it. Because so many people are so easy, like, oh, I didn't get any views, I didn't get any of this. Like, dude, I've got so many videos that I have like 1 or 2 views, and it's like, yeah, it's kind of defeating, but at the same time, like, if I give up, then that's the best I'm ever going to do with it. And little by little, as time goes on, like, you just get more comfortable. And again, the audience will come to you as long as you stay consistent and you keep plugging away. But if you fail once and give up, you've failed 100% of the time. If you fail 9 times out of 10, at least you just succeeded once. So but that's enough therapy and motivational speaking from me for one evening. We are going to call it. And 1 second. I suffer with depression, and No Man's Sky is my way of escaping it. RLBS Tarkov was my go-to. But I prefer space survival games. Oh, and that's the escapism, you know? Like, dude, like, you're talking to somebody with fucking major depressive disorder, social anxiety disorder, and PTSD. Like, every other week, I got therapy Monday mornings, and I got a psychologist. But like, it is what it is. Like, everybody's got like their struggles and shit. It's just, how do you face it? And if video games helps you through it, so be it. Like, embrace it. You know. But I mean, there's good days and there's bad days when it comes to that kind of shit. Even the people that seem like they got their shit square and all together, fucking, they're probably struggling just as hard as you, you know? So, or anybody else. I mean, it's part of being fucking human, man. Nobody's fucking perfect. And nobody's fucking normal either. First person that tells you they're the craziest one in the group. That's like really like one of the best things you can do is just find a way to laugh. Fucking. That's why they say like the most depressed people you're ever gonna meet are the fucking stand-up comedians that make you laugh the hardest. Fucking. Because that's their way of fucking coping with the shit. But alright, I didn't want to end on a somber note, but that's where we're landing. So we're gonna cut out at this point in the evening. We can pick it up later on. Like I said, probably be back tomorrow. I would assume maybe like noonish, somewhere along those lines. If you're around, cool. If not, we'll catch you later on in the day, I'm sure. You know, we get the time fucking difference here. But as always, it's been good chatting, and as always, for those that came and went, for Jamie, for myself, for anybody that may make it to the sound of my voice in the future, thank you all for watching. As always, we appreciate and value your viewership and support of the channel. But for now, this is Slammy signing off, and until next time, peace, dudes.